Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? So, I've been thinking, and I realized that I always knew it, but then I lost it. Then I picked it back up. Mm, oh, sorry for the eye boogers, y'all. I just got up for real. I've been woke, but I'm just like moving. Um, I realized that you have to love how you love, and don't change how you love because that's what makes you you. And when you start to change how you love, you start to adjust and change you. And it can become very uncomfortable. The trigger word nowadays is authentic. So it's very non authentic. And there's energy that goes through your body. And somehow it's like putting a cap on it. And then you start to feel even uncomfort in that, right? You start to hurt. Your body starts to feel like there's a pain, a stagnation. And so I'm learning you love how you love. You love freely because love is all around us. Love just is. It exists. There's nothing you have to do for it. I know, like I was talking the other day and I say love is an action word, and it is because when you are expressive of your love, you can see your love all around. Like it just exists. You just freely give it, and it allows all these other things to establish itself, right? And so I dropped my book on the floor a little while ago, because yesterday when I was talking, I had like some examples and whatever else. But I told my friend this a couple months ago. I was like, I realized that love is free, and there's nothing you have to do in order for you to receive love. And of course, everybody talks about all these different types of love. But the word is love, regardless of how you want to put it in a box and separate it and share it. It's still love, right? Um, yeah. Because people do that. Like, we try to complicate things that are just so simple. Like, life is simple. We are complicated. We complicate life. So, I got that from the great Eartha Kitt. You know what I'm saying? And when I talk about love, I was telling her, I was like, imagine that conversation went left with her. I just want y'all to know. But I was like, imagine a baby. I was like, we see certain babies, like your friend, you love your friend has a child, you love the baby, or you love your brother, your family member, your sister, they have a child, you love this baby. You don't even know this baby. The baby just came out the twat. And now it's here. You see it. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love. The baby doesn't do anything for you to love it and to cherish it and to want it to do great things and to be amazing and all the good stuff. It just is. It just exists. And sometimes I wonder, can we just go back to a point where we just exist? And I think that's kind of my goal for this year too. Just to exist and to be. And as I exist and I be, like everything becomes around me. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but it's a whole word for me. I just have to remember to do that. But yeah, so I was just telling her we love freely. There's nothing that the baby does. Matter of fact, the babies throw up on you. You got to clean his diaper. Like all the stuff that people try to make it seem like it's so magical, it's disgusting. And when I was younger, I was here for it. Now, you can't convince me of nothing. It's disgusting. The baby's defecating, it shits on you, whatever you want to say. And you still love this child. After you clean it up, you're like, oh, you're clean, you're fresh, da da da. And you pick it up and you hold it and you hug it and you move forward. And so in life with other humans, it's like the older we get, we go through experiences that change how we perceive life and whatever else. But at the end of the day, No one has to do anything for you to love them. But what they do have to work for is for your undivided attention, for your access to you, right? Um, if it's if it's beyond a platonic relationship, right? Platonic meaning like friendship, where, like I said, you're you're doing so that you can remain in my presence, so that you can be my friend even more. Not that you have to do much of anything to be my friend, but what makes a friendship grow is the things that you experience with each other, and the moments where you develop with each other, and you give gifts, or you spend quality time, or you do all these small things. Because I talked about yesterday, I was just like, love is just about being seen and acknowledged, right? Like, I see you, meaning, you know, I physically see you, I hear you, I can see what you're saying and then what you're not saying. Like, you're here, and because you're not talking, I know something's wrong, or whatever it is based off of your friendship. So it's about being seen, and then when I say acknowledge, it's about me not only just hearing what you say, but responding to it. So if you say, "Oh, you know, I love buttercups, or mint chocolate cups, or whatever. I love these chocolate chip cookies," and I'm out and about and I see those cookies and I buy it for you because I care about you that much, and I know it's something you like, and it just made me think of you while I was out and about, so that you can know that I think of you. That little something you said stays on my mind, and I wanted to do something for you that let you know that you are someone important in my space and in my life, and that I care for you. Like, the love, again, the love requires nothing at all. I can love you wholeheartedly and freely for nothing. But for you to maintain a presence in my space, I have to feel as though you see me, and that you hear me, and you are acknowledging those things by the actions and the responses that you take and you do. And those same actions and responses can eliminate you from my space. And so that's important to know too. So when people are in relationships, and or trying to get sexual, they're earning your they're earning access to your body. At that point, they're earning access to know you in a deeper, in a more intimate level. And not always is it intimacy, but even as friendships, there's an intimacy there. Like, I'm able to talk to you about anything or everything, or I know what I can come to you about, and what you're able to, your capability to listen and to respond. All these different things. I know if you're going to try to manipulate the situation or not. All those things are important. But the love, again, it just is. It is there. And I say that because I think I'm thinking about it even more so today, because I talked about this. I knew this. I've been talking about this for a long time. But the simplicity of it changes every day. And I'm able to understand it a little bit more, and I go through experiences. Everything I talk about, I'm not gonna lie, I probably just went through something, and that's really what makes it sucks, number one, because sometimes it's like, dang, I gotta change, I gotta do something, look, I gotta get my life right. And then sometimes it's like, that was a beautiful experience and I want to share it. um and again, like I said, all of it is a beautiful experience because it's all for my greater good. So I don't even want to downplay that. Like, everything I experience is for my greater good and pushing me towards the best version of myself. When you guys get to a point where you can feel that, and it's not just an affirmation, when you experience things in life, like, it goes hard in the paint. But know that there are a lot of life experiences that happen, and that's happening. Life is life and honey over here. But yeah, I had another friend most recently, and I love this person. I really love this person, and I'm okay with loving, because for a while, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, the like 2 years ago, for about 2 3 years, I was off everybody. Hello, I'm just being honest, just telling y'all my business, because that's what I do. But I was off people because people was damaging me, and it wasn't even. And then later, it wasn't even them; it was me. Like I went through a toxic season, almost. It's been a couple months. In August, September, October, yeah. So I went through a toxic season last August, and during my toxic season, I realized, I don't even know if I chatted about it. I feel like I did, but I realized that I was only toxic to myself. And it helped me to understand accountability and this idea that when people talk about other people are real toxic, it's not the other people. The other people are just mirrors of you. The other people, because if you didn't care enough, if you didn't really want them in your space, you'll remove them. So you are always in control. People can't be toxic to you unless you allow them to. And I even had an incident like that at school, most recently. Y'all know because I teach, but someone came in and they was, going off and saying all these different things, and I was like, I hear you. I'm acknowledging that I hear you, and okay. And I might go into detail at a later date, but I said that to the person when they was telling me what they heard, hearsay. He say, she say, hearsay, and they were telling me what their job was, and whatever else, and of course, some people got to get out they business. And again, I love everybody freely up front. And so I was like, okay, well, this person has to say what's on their heart. The second time they went to continue to repeat what they had just said, and I said, listen, I hear you. I'm acknowledging that I hear you. I understand. Then they continue talking. They continue talking. And it was like, you don't got nothing to say, da 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 da. And then I was just like, no. Like, you've said what you needed to say. I understood what you needed to say, X, Y, and Z. And then I said, I could always give you excuses, but, and I went to explain an excuse and they cut me off. And then they started coming gangbusters at me. And I was like, oh, you're hurt. Your feelings are hurt. I didn't say that to the person, but that's what I took in at the time. I was like, oh, your feelings are hurt. And so, of course, when they finished, I said again, if I can finish my comment, I could give you excuses. I was like, but why? Because with my students, I don't take excuses. It is, everything is what it is. And so I was like, but I told you I heard you do your job. And then the person went on to talk about something else. And so at that point, I was like, I've given you space and opportunity to say what you wanted to say. And I said, I hear you and I acknowledge you. And at this point, now you think that you're going to run me because you somehow don't realize that I'm an adult. And you don't understand how to respect people because you're power hungry. Because some people are, they're just power hungry. And I was like, it's okay, but you're not going to talk to me like that. And you're not going to have an opportunity to come back in my space and be that way again. And think that you could talk freely to me because I'm not your friend. I gave you enough love and respect for you to say what was on your mind and for me to acknowledge what it was that you were saying. But you went a little too far thinking that you're my parent. And my parents don't talk to me like that because we've already discussed since I've been an adult and I pay my own bills that I'm grown. And so it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And fear doesn't work for me. And I don't know. I'll tell y'all just like I tell anybody else. I'm not afraid to lose this job. You're not the one that's going to cause me to lose it. I don't lose jobs. I give them up. That's number one. Number two is it'll be better for me to walk away. I learned this a while ago. It'll better for me to walk away than for me to show you who I really can be if I'm just acting just like you. Because some people feel like, and this is going on a little bit somewhere else, but some people feel like when you're these people who like love and light and I love you and blah, blah, blah. No, I love everybody, but I'm not a love and light person. I believe in light and darkness because both were created at the same time. Actually, a matter of fact, light came from darkness. So you have to respect the both. I'm a very duality person. Um, I don't hate, but I will tell you get on. Look, that's me being nice about it. Get on. And that's for love. That's when I tell y'all that's so much love right there because what I could do and what I'm gonna do is two different things. And because I love you enough to want you to be great, I'm not gonna be vindictive just because or petty just because it's in me. It is in me. But love is freely given. And I choose it every time. Intentions are very important in my space. So you won. Everybody's a winner around here. But y'all, um, yeah. I freely give love in so many different forms and fashions. And I'm understanding it at a different depth than I did previously. And I know y'all be like, girl, you look at the camera, then you don't. Because I be looking at the screen. I be getting, it's okay. Y'all know I'm here. But let me get up and get my life together because I got to go to work. I'm going to work. I don't have to. I'm going to work because I like doing it. I like my kids most of the time. Yeah. I'm going to go throw something on it. Maybe I'll try to look pretty for them today. All right, y'all. So know that love is free. Recap. Love is free. The access to you, that is not free. That has to be earned. And please note, because I don't think I said it, but I need you to know, you can always revoke someone's access to you. Always. Because that is where the toxicity is when you continue to allow people access who do not deserve it, who no longer deserves access to you. So, access denied. All right. Love y'all. Have a great day.